So a big name has left us. I don't know how we're going to cope without Tyrese Simpson. Hello, my name's Damien, I'm that Trucking Foot Manager, and welcome back to Glasses United for the third knockout round of the Europa League Conference League thing. That I'm slick. It's not the third knockout round, it's like the fourth or fifth or sixth. I lose track. It's our third. Information for you in the transfers. We have gutted to say that Tyrese Simpson, who was probably a poor choice of signing, is no longer our problem. He has gone to College 75. They're paying him 525 quid a week to be a fringe player for them, which is far better than he was for us. As much as he was Gibraltarian, he was not homegrown, so he very rarely got inside, a bit like Kevin Heim, really. I'd like to have seen him do better. He did score 8 in 15 for us, so, you know, he wasn't dreadful, but there's not room for him in our squad. Better that he plays for a team like College. He's 32 as well, which doesn't help. But so he's gone. We are looking at signing a couple more. We hope to get them in before the next match, the second leg. So that would be nice. I've made a dreadful mistake, as listed here, and forgot to include Liam Green. This is what happens when you record like once a week and leave it. It came around to the squad registration and went, yeah, that's all fine, confirm. And I got this news story. I was like, oh, yeah. Yeah, we paid 130 grand for centre half, didn't we? Yeah, we probably wanted him in the squad, really, didn't we? Whoops. Not my proudest moment. But never mind. He hasn't kicked off, which I'm incredibly grateful for. He has not kicked off about that. Hopefully it won't matter. This is the Europa Conference League Path 4th qualifying round. Yes. Which means that if we win this, we end up somewhere else. Let's go to the previous season and work out what happens after that. So 4th qualifying round, and then does it go straight to the group stage? I think it does. So that means, theoretically, a win here gets us a group stage. I think. I don't know. Don't ask me to know things. Let's go looking for Europa. What are they doing? They'd better still be in something. Let's just go looking for them. It's easier. Competitions, National League, Europa FC, schedule, senior squad, go. Champions. Oh, Europa League Champions Path. So they are in a playoff against Olympia of Macedonia? Ljubljana, Slovenia. I knew that. Having been beaten by, well, everyone. Look at this. A draw against Breidablik Ugmenaflex. So they were knocked out by an Icelandic team. The 1-0 over 2 legs, and then played Shamrock Rovers and beat them at least. Holy smokes. Okay. So it's Olympia in the Europa League playoff. So they'll play in a group stage, we just don't know which one. If they win that, it'll be a Europa League group stage. If they lose that, it'll be a Conference League group stage. Probably not ours. But we could both be in the Conference League and both be in group stages. And theoretically, both qualify from them. That would be funny. Maybe that's good news? Do we think that might be good news? That they're falling into... Because they got absolutely routed last year, didn't they? They got into the Europa League and got absolutely pumped. I mean, Borussia Dortmund took points on Ghent. They took a point off Celtic and that was it. They lost every other game. So, maybe them falling into the Conference League would be good news. If we can both get into the Conference League group stages, that might be useful. That might be good. It might. But it won't be. Right, double check what Lincoln did in theirs, because I've forgotten. They were beaten on penalties by Barry. Holy smokes. Okay. I mean, we know Lincoln have got problems. Who was the other team that made it last year? Hold the line, caller. I know all this information. I've shown you already. I don't really know why I'm bothering. Mons Calpe were beaten 2-1 by Dynamo Minsk. I mean, fair enough. Dynamo Minsk are quite good. So still not so much on the good coefficient points thing. But never mind. My assistant manager is suggesting we play Trey Hammond in goal for this one. So I'm going to. Why not? That's going to be with Panagi, Blake, Vincent and Korosevsky in front of him, because this idiot forgot to register our best centre-half. Howe and Holmes in the middle, Stevens and Caetano on the wings, Woods and Ice Perua up front. And I realise every one of my videos now has an excuse as to why I'm not performing as well as I should be. But I've come off a week of nights, and I've just started a 12 shift consecutive streak on the back of it. So, I have been more awake in my life. My body clock needs new batteries. Oh, floodlights. That's a pretty floodlight. That's got to be a good 10 pixels there, I reckon. Or 10 polygons, rather. So it is Desna. We didn't actually really talk about this. Oh, we've got another English referee. It is Desna Kharkiv of the Ukraine. We really, really, really want to win here. A group stage, I think, at this point is becoming more than just desirable. It's becoming necessary. Shved. Intercepted by Panagi. How? Lumps one forward. Aspero's going to struggle to get on the end of that, and it's coming back. Shevchenko. Probably not that one. Rudenok back to Shakok. Skachok. Something like that. Rudenok. Skachok. I mean, we've got good pressure on them, but you can just smell they're going to play it around us. Romanenko to Piskun. Shevchenko. It better not be Howe getting sent off. I'll tell you that for nothing in the 13th minute. Romanenko to Piskun. Shevchenko to Shved. It's a huge ball forward, and Panov is completely unmarked. Basic defending. Panov is suddenly completely unmarked. And Vincent's the centre-half that would have been there. So, where's he going? He just sort of wanders off. I mean, that's your man there, Panov, right there. Because Korosevsky's man's out here. Vincent just forgets to mark someone. It's not offside, is it? Come on. And we're 1-0 down. Is this the first time we've been behind in a tie? Let's encourage. It's their only shot. So maybe we've got a chance. We've had 2 now. I mean, if we lose to that and nothing else. Panagi's going to try a long throw in for some reason. Panov heads it away easily, but Caetano picks it up. Howe to Holmes to Korosevsky. Perua turns and hits one, and that's gorgeous. Ice Perua doesn't need any space, just one touch, turn and smack, and it is gorgeous. I mean, it is. Don't argue. Ice Perua, he definitely keeps himself on side, doesn't he? Yeah. Touch, turn, hit. Right in the postage stamp. I think I'm a little bit in love with Ice Perua. I think it's not offside. Stop that. I think we're going to take Howe off soon. Holmes is on the corner. In it comes. Caetano wins the header. Flicked on, and Blake at the back stick. It's a horrible angle. But maybe that's a reason to head it back across instead of trying to get it in. Holmes to Ice Perua. Lumps it forward. Woods is free and easy. Woods chucks it in the bottom corner, and we're 2-1 up before half time, and this is a bit more like it. And it's lovely. And what I'm going to do, there was comments in the comments, best place for them, about Woods being at centre mid, and I think that is absolutely the right place to put him. As much as he just did that, he'll do that from centre mid as well. And I think what I'm going to do, Howe is on a booking already. I'm terrified he's going to get himself sent off. Both centre halves are also on a booking, and there's not a lot we can do about that. He's not offside. Stop showing us offsides. So at half time, we'll take Howe off. We'll put Woods back to centre half and centre mid, not centre half, and then we'll bring on probably Williams up front. Probably. We've got Okiowo on the bench if we need a new centre half as well. Woods flicks on a header, but there's no one up there. Rudenok takes his time over his touch, fires it out to the wing. Korosevsky has got Stevens in front of him, uses him well. Holmes is behind, and we're back to Korosevsky instead. Lumped forward. Woods flicks on, this time to Ice Perua. How? Oh dear. An argument for Ice Perua was fouled by Shakok, if we're being honest. Skachok. Korosevsky, the right back over the free kick, has a go, clips over the top of the bar. If you've got a right back who can do that, why not, right? Where are all their fans? I mean, I'm assuming it's not a real world thing. Is it? Are we playing in Ukraine? I'm sure that modification to the program didn't affect existing saves. Right, what do we say we're going to do? We're going to chuck Woods into centre mid. We're going to take Howe off and put Williams on up top. And possibly, yes, we'll put Ice Pruitt pressing forward and Williams at poacher. That's probably going to be better. Vincent's having a poor game. We know that. Honestly tempted to bring on Okiowu now. But I'm not going to do that. Don't mess with defence when you're winning by a narrow lead. Where are we playing? Do we have a stadium? Chulinov with the header. No. Caetano with the header. There he is. Panagi to Woods. Panagi again. 2 in the middle. Caetano would be one we'd want in the middle, really. Panagi cuts one in low and doesn't quite win, but Caetano wins it off the defender. Woods has a go, and it's off the base of the post, it would seem, rather than a save. Chuck a praise out there. 65th minute. Why is there no stadium name in there? Oh, it's not going to be on that list. Panov. Out wide to Schmorgan. I'm not gonna mock the name, but the game is too close for that. Shevchenko to Rudinok. Romanenko. Panagi is, I mean, half pint Panagi. Closes down well. Panov with the header, and oh dear Lord Hammond, what was that? That's really poor. That's really, really poor goalkeeping, and that is a bit of a worry because he's our backup keeper. And like I say, the assistant manager believes he might be. Hey, there's some fans. The assistant manager believes he might be a first choice keeper. So there's not a lot of defending that, is there? Oh well. Never mind. We're doing better than them. I'll chuck an encourage out. There's 9 to play. Let's make some changes. Everybody's knackered, which is good news. Korosevsky's good, so he can come off. We'll put Okio. No, we'll put Pennington at right back. And then we'll bring on Chris Eaton for James Caetano. And that will do. 5 to play. I mean, a 2-2 draw away from home in the Ukraine is not a terrible result. Panagi's going to try a long throw. Guess what? It's not going to work. Rudinok. I'm going to have to rebuild the entire tactic, aren't I? Because it's the only way of getting it to stop doing that. Pennington to Stevens. Stevens hits one. Oh, just off the crossbar. And you have to say Stevens. Stevens is a weird one for me because he's obviously playing quite well at right wing. But he's shown that he's really very, very good. And yet, he doesn't always show that. So, anyway, right. First things first. Where was that game played? In Cherniv. So yeah, that was in the Ukraine. Bath boss Daniel Bruce has gone to the Ukraine to watch Richie Blake this time. That's interesting. Don't want to go to the press conference. How did Europa get on in their first leg? What am I doing? Schedule senior squad. A 0-0 draw at home against Olympia. I actually want them to lose it. Is that bad? I want them to lose it because I want them to come down to the Conference League because they might get out of a Conference League group. And that's got to be better for coefficient points than getting roundly pumped by teams like Borussia Dortmund. Anyway, let's find out after the second leg. See you there. So I'll take players I'm going to have to pronounce very carefully for 500, please, Alex. Trevor Sithole. I imagine that's not how you pronounce it, but it's better than how I could pronounce it. He is an 18-year-old centre-half. He thinks he's a right-back. He is a centre-half. 18 determination with a driven personality. The physicals are already up there. His tackling's immense. His heading's pretty good. His marking could be better, but, you know, he's going to be better than Ryan Vincent, isn't he? The mentals are on the way up as well. He's 18 years old. He will become homegrown. He'll become Gibraltarian. Quite happy with this one indeed. He's come from Derby County and he was £400,000. Slightly less okay with that, but it can't be helped. We were chasing one other, whose name I have forgotten already. Shows how much I care about him. That was it. This lad, Cowan, Alex Cowan. He was considering a contract from me for a week. West Bromwich Albion came in at 8:48 in the morning, and by 11:30 he decided to go there. West Brom, who are third in the Premier League. I can see why he's chosen them over us. They're paying him £5,000 a week. I did offer to loan him out. We're not certain how good he would have been, but the fact that his low number on determination was 13. I was willing to take a punt. If we average these out, we're looking at 10s, 11s, and 12s for these defensive figures, and a 15 for pace, 14 for pace. I'd have taken any of them. But West Brom were giving him £5,000 a week, so I can't even afford to loan him back. I wasn't desperate for him, don't get me wrong. I just spotted him and I thought, ooh, 18-year-old kid, he'd be useful. But apparently not. So that's where we are. We have Trevor, who I will call Trevor, and that's about it. Moreno's going to go back and goal for this one after Hammond's howler, and Okiobu's going to come into centre-half because he's got the pace, even at his quite ripe age of 30 now. He's got that pace. It used to be 18, but it's still 14. It's still good pace. I'd rather have that, because if one of the two of them makes a mistake, at least he can recover from it. So it's Moreno and goal with Panagi. Oh, hang on, one more fix. We're going to put Woods back to centre mid, and we're going to put Williams up on top from the start, and do those two that way around. So Moreno and goal with Panagi, Okiobu, Vincent, and Korosevsky. Woods and Holmes in the middle. Stevens and Caetano on the wings. Ice Perua and Williams up top. Now, we have completely overhauled the tactics. I mean, left them exactly the same. I haven't changed anything, but I've gone through and rebuilt them from scratch, which was really boring and annoying, in the hopes that maybe they'll stop making long throws from the left back. They only ever did it on the left as well, and it definitely was turned off. So I've now set it to like I say, I've rebuilt it from scratch to the same standards, but it's still not set at left back. We have dived straight into this game. It is worth remembering that this will lead, a win here will lead to group stage football. This is not to be sniffed at. It's a lot of money, which admittedly we don't need very much, but it's also European coefficient points. If both us and Europa can go through a group stage, then we might start qualifying for the Europa League instead of this. I don't know. We'll see, obviously, but Shevchenko looks for Panov, and it's not going to matter if this goes in, and he's hit the base of the post. Vincent, calm as you like, lays it off to Korosowski. Stevens launches the counter-attack, which obviously was devastating, so much so we didn't get to see it. Korosowski to Stevens. Korosowski to Holmes. Korosowski to Stevens. Stevens turns his man inside out, heads off down the right wing, cuts back to Holmes, to Korosowski, who chips one into the back stick, and it's Caetano onto the crossbar. It's stuck in there, but he can't quite get the tap in. Panagi doesn't take a long throw. Caetano, low to Williams, cut back to Ice Perua. It's slide tackle towards Williams. Stevens, someone take a shot. Stevens runs away from the goal. Korosevsky short to Woods. Caetano with a header onto the roof of a net. And how have we not gotten a better shot away there? We've had 8 shots, 2 on target. They've had 1 shot and it missed. But here comes another one. Schmorgan forward. Panov to Romanenko. Chipped it again to Panov. Vincent can bring it away. Surely a counter-attack is on. Vincent. Williams isn't making the run. He eventually lumps one forward towards Woods, powering out of the midfield. David Woods. Exactly what he meant to be doing. David Woods powers out of the midfield, unmarked, because the midfielder doesn't get back with him. The centre-half don't know what to do with him. And even though Williams is lost, I think Shevchenko is Woods' man, or possibly Rudinok. But either way, never gets there. Woods tucks it in, and 20 minutes in, we are 3-2 up on aggregate. Korosevsky can take a throw in now to Stevens. Driven into the back stick. Caetano, it's over Caetano's head, and to be honest with you, that's quite a challenge. Panagi to Holmes. Back to Okio, sensible play. Okio to Panagi again. Caetano chips it forward. Williams heads it to Ice Peru, heads it back. Interesting play. And defensive mix-up. Williams somehow doesn't finish it. A defensive mix-up and it falls to Williams 6 yards out and he somehow gives it back to the keeper. Holmes now has a corner. Deep cross. Ice Peru doesn't win it. Vincent nods down to Caetano, hits it on the volley straight into Shevchenko's little Chev. Caetano cuts back to Woods. It's not a great ball, but the slide tackle gives it back to him. Caetano to the edge of the area to Holmes. Lays it off instead of hitting one. Just hit one. Oh, it's a poor ball. Pumped forward, no one there. Okiowu with time to start us again. Vincent to Korosevsky. Stevens takes on Babor. Well done. Korosevsky's powered forward. He can put a cross in. Cuts it back to Stevens. He can put a cross in. Dink to the back stick. Caetano doesn't win the header. Panagi. Cross can come in again, this time from Panagi. And this time it's Woods and it's just over the top. And hammering on the door doesn't quite cover it, does it? We are pounding them. But it's not for nothing if we don't score. And we're going to chuck some praise out there because we are doing well. It's coming up for half-time. We've had 15 shots. Admittedly, only 4 of them have been on target. Pleased we've created loads. The scoreboard reflects it. Is anyone playing badly? Not really. Let's go. Let's just go straight out for the second half. More praise. Babor with a deep throw in for them. Throws into Shakok. Back to Babor. Back to Skakok. Big ball forward. Vincent's under it. Loses out. Panov. Piskun. All the way out to Panagi. He's probably not going to win the header. And it's through for Romanenko. And oh, are we lucky there. Moreno comes bounding out. Probably not necessary. Short to Vincent. Korosevsky's in space up the right wing. This is him. Stevens in front of him. Lovely stuff. Back to Korosevsky. Holmes and Korosevsky exchange passes. Stevens back to Holmes. Korosevsky's gone. Vincent lifts it forward. It's poor. It's very, very poor. And now the right back's out of position on the booking. Shved. Panagi intercepts well. You only have to get it a little bit off the ground to beat him into the air, to be honest with you. Big ball forward. Williams might be offside, but we'll find out now he is offside. Emmanuel Williams' goal won't count. Just offside there. 51st minute. Do we need to make changes now? Ice Peru has not had the very best game. It is very close to offside, but it is. I thought it might be. It's a lovely finish. I'm considering the hook for Ice Peru. Or possibly, let's pause it up. What else could we do? Let's maybe move Ice Peru back to Poacher, because he did well up there. And then maybe we'll put Woods further forward to pressing forward and then take Williams off. For Charlie Howe? Yes, let's do that. And then leave the rest. And Michael Oliver is the referee today, so we really are hammering through the English referees. 65th minute. Vincent. It says Vincent's 1 yellow from a suspension. Let him get suspended. 75th minute. We'll make another change. They haven't hit the target yet in this match. This time will be Woods off for... Let's put Caetano up top. And Eaton on the left wing. Few just game-breaking substitutes there. 82nd minute. 83rd. Last change. We're going to put Panagi off for Darius Smith. Let's get some little tiny bit of match sharpness into that man. And with 2 to play, into injury time, and Glasses United have qualified for a group stage in Europe for the first time. And let's be honest, we should have absolutely hammered them. We're going to go very nice victory, well done. No sense upsetting them. But we did absolutely hammer them. And how we've only beaten them by 1 goal over 2 legs is beyond me. So, we're awaiting media reaction. If you dare crash now, game, I swear that will be the end of everything. Paddy Parody is pretty happy about that, all things considered. Good on you, Paddy Parody. So, there's a sentence in there somewhere, but I can't find it. We're going to receive 85.5 grand for playing in the 4th qualifying round, then 2.5 million quid for qualifying for the group stage. I don't remember if I've told you this or not, but we are currently working on a new training ground. Club vision, please. Thank you. So that's going to be done for January. It is basically, we're getting stuff more quickly than I can ask for it. So, yeah. They keep refusing to give me new coaches, which is annoying. There's £3.7 million in the bank. I don't know what we're going to do with it. They won't let me build a new stadium. Because we don't really need a new stadium yet. I'd rather they got it out of the way, because I'm obviously going to build up this club. But they won't do it yet. So, training facilities are underway. Youth facilities will be able to ask for at some point. Sporting Sporting have made a non-negotiable £1.1 million offer for Galliano. Interesting. I'm not gonna lie, I'd like to see him go. I would like to see him go to Sporting, because the Portuguese Premier League is going to be a better standard than this, isn't it? Owens is developing concerns. He wants to be getting more playing. Oh, Paul Owens. Paul Owens, the defensive midfielder. No, you're fine. You can leave. Sorry. You want to play more? Where's the? I'll look to sell you for the good of your career. Oh, I don't want to leave. Oh, well, what are you making a fuss about then? Shut up. I'm continuing because the draw should be soon. Galliano has gone to Sporting for £1.1 million. I'll tell you what, if that was me, there's not a chance in hell I would sell him for 1.1 million. Not the money we're making £4 million a year in TV money. 1.1 million is nothing. What are you going to do with it as Europa? You're not going to buy anyone for 1.1 million quid. No one who's worth that will come to the Gibraltarian National League. There better be some huge sell-on clauses in there for that to be worth doing. Having said all that, Andrew Misbah has come into Europa for 1.5 million quid. The other thing is they've just sold a homegrown player. That's an error, as far as I'm concerned. You don't want to be doing that. Philip Rusnak has moved from Lincoln to Europa for lots. How much? 550 grand. Interesting. But yes, so 1.5 million quid for Andrew Misbah. 1.1 million. But you can't sell a homegrown player, Europa. You can't do that. It's a terrible idea. Anyway, transfer deadline is gone. So no more signings for us. That's fine. Europa spent £2.3 million. We signed the most players because, hey, it's me. Yeah. Top transfer window deal is Rusnak for 550 grand. Really? Anyway. 3.7 million quid in the bank. We'll keep an eye out for youngsters to sign in, but we're not going to improve the first team much. We're going to do this draw. If we can finally get to the draw, we will scout the Papa John's Trophy. Yes. We will scout the FA Youth Challenge Cup. Yes. The EFL Alliance Cup. Yes. What the hell? What's on? Oh, it's Sri Lanka. I scrolled too fast. I thought those two were on the same line. It was like, what is the Ooredoo Cup? That's not English. Yeah, we'll just scout the English ones. There's no sense scouting anyone else because we won't get work permits for any of them anyway. And we've proven that the work permit thing is necessary. Anyway, we are here at the Conference League group stage. By the way, are Europa in this? I don't think they are. I realise I just scrolled through. I think Europa won their game. Let's go have a quick look. Europa FC schedule, senior squad, go. They beat Olympia in the playoffs, so they are going to get a Europa League group. Let's hope it's slightly kinder to them than their last one. Meanwhile, we'll bash out the first seed teams. Lille, Genk, Sevilla, West Ham, Benfica, Copenhagen, Olympiacos, and Basel. There's a couple there you'd rather have than the others, isn't there? Or at least you would have done in 2022, but that's 12 years ago. West Ham, who are 6th in the Premier League. I think I want Genk or possibly Copenhagen. Second seed teams are Sparta Prague, Wolfsburg, Sassuolo, Total Network Solutions, or the New Saints if you prefer, Sion, Jablonek, Tiraspol, and Cluj. And we'll bash all those out. Lille and Jablonek looks like a fair pair, to be fair. That looks nice. Olympiacos TNS. Benfica Sion. Benfica probably not, actually. Basel Wolfsburg is where we do not want to be. The thirds are Fortuna Sittard, CS Maritimo, Kairat of Kazakhstan, Maccabi Tel Aviv, Hajduk Split, Ferhervar, Dundee United, and Heart of Midlothian. Bash all those out. I want F. Look at that. Copenhagen, Sparta Prague, and Kairat. I want F. I'd settle for A. Lille, Jablonek, and Maritimo. That'd be nice. Yeah, I want A or F. The 4th seed teams are Sturm Graz, Vålerenga, Mura, Tirana, KUPS, Dillagori, Olympia, and us. So, auto draw. Cross your fingers and pray for F. Or A. But F. Dillagori of Georgia going to A. We do not want C. That's Mura. We don't really want D. That's Sturm Graz. Ooh, that's minging. Tirana going to E. Vålerenga going to F. Glasses going to G with Olympiacos, TNS, and Dundee United. What do we think about that then? Comment section, hit me. I think we're better than TNS. Although it'll be nice, it'll be especially nice to get some Aussie villain revenge on TNS for them being evil. Dundee United, are we better than them? Olympiacos, to be fair, are we better than them? Comment section, where do we finish in that group out of 4? Let me know in the comments, and we'll start finding out next time. Thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed this one, please do like. Chuck a thumbs up in there for Glasses' first ever group stage. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.